Yeah, we started.
We're starting now? Like, this
But
is start?
yeah,
Can I tell
Oh,
you a
okay.
really morbid story now?
Yeah,
yes.
sure, go ahead.
Okay, so there's this police officer that I watched on YouTube, right?
Yeah?
And he was telling stories about when he was on duty and whatnot. He was
Mm-hmm.
like telling about one of his worst memories.
Yeah?
Basically, this boyfriend tried killing his girlfriend and his daughter.
Oh.
Succeeded with the mom,
Uh-huh.
did not succeed with the daughter, but the daughter got a bullet hole to the face.
Oof.
Jesus.
And the only thing she was concerned about is where her mom was.
That's well. I
Oh.
mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just talking about how kids are like oblivious just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's oblivious. I think that's just scared because one, there's a
Yeah.
fucking bullet hole
That's
in your
like a
head,
natural instinct.
and
Yeah.
you want your mother at that point.
Yeah.
It's like just shock.
Yeah. That's like a very like basic natural instinct. If a kid's in danger, the first thing they're gonna think of is like their mom, like the person that's supposed to protect them.
Yeah.
Just
You
gonna
know.
say, way to bring the whole podcast down in the first like 30 seconds.
Uh,
Sorry.
well, since we're on a morbid mood, I have something to say as well. I watched
Oh,
this
great.
video, and it was like about this like redditor. He was like asking for advice because his like wife was cheating on him with their neighbor.
Mhm.
It was really messed up story. And he went to Reddit, which if you're looking for advice, I would not recommend Reddit, but whatever.
Yeah, they all recommend just beat her.
Anyways, everybody was like, dude, just get a divorce. It's not worth all the hassle, because he stayed with her after that. Like, he basically proved that she was cheating, and then she was like, nah, we haven't had sex. He couldn't prove that they didn't have sex. So he was just like, whatever, we're not going to get into it. And she basically threatened to take the kids, like he'll never see him again and whatever. Just for the kids, he stayed with her. And, after a while, he just went to Reddit for advice, and Reddit was like, dude, it's not worth it. Like, divorce her. You can go to court for kids and stuff and whatever. And he was like, you know what? You guys are right. This is doing more harm than good. I'm gonna get a divorce. So he like gets a divorce, and we don't hear from him again for a while. But in the news, there's a story about some girl killed her two kids because her husband was getting a divorce. And the guy's name in the news article is Jason. And the guy's username on Reddit was like Jason something something. And later on, there was an update, and it was the same guy in that news story. His two kids died because he was getting a divorce with his wife. Eventually, he updated again, and he's like doing better now, but it's just so messed up.
That is such a heavy situation. Jesus.
Yeah.
It is related to one thing I did want to talk about because I was just sitting here thinking about it. It's just why the fuck would you ever cheat on someone? I don't really stand the point of doing that. I mean, it's
Near do I,
I've had it.
honestly.
I've had it happen right in front of my face. It's not. I don't understand it either.
Like, it doesn't make sense why you'd want, like, to hurt somebody that bad,
mm-hmm.
and why you can't just, like, leave them.
Yeah, if you don't want to be with them, fucking like tell them.
Yeah.
And because there's the cases that people do like the person they're with and they do want to stay with them, they don't fucking cheat on them.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you really, really love them, then you wouldn't cheat.
Yeah.
Like, if they find out, that's gonna hurt real bad. I don't understand the mentality behind it. I mean, I guess it's just horny brain, but I don't know. Some people like say they do have their reasons, but I can never know.
There's
There
no
have been-
reasons unless like the whole world is going to fucking implode unless you sleep with this person. Okay, fair enough. If we're gonna get sucked in by a black hole, unless you have sex with someone that isn't your girlfriend or wife or whatever, okay, fine. I'm pretty sure they would even realize that, unless they're that insane. It's like, then let the whole world die. It's like, okay, then we literally can't talk anymore.
That's it. That's it for us. We all die.
Wow, you wouldn't even die for me? No, I probably would. But this is the whole world,
Like it's
And
not
you-
just us here.
and even then, you'll still die. Like you're also dying. Yeah, I don't. It's just fucking stupid.
And if even if it's like that, I feel like if they really did, like if the couple loves each other, they're gonna not want to do it as much as like you, but still, it's the whole world. But yeah, I don't understand the mentality behind it either, or understand why. I don't think I ever will, but
Yeah. If you want to
Man,
fuck someone else that bad, just break up with the person.
It hurts when you're on the bad end of that.
wait, have you been on the bad end of that? or
Yeah, I have. It's not. I have it right in front of me too.
Did the person
That's a
care?
big goof.
Did the person care at all, or?
They didn't know I was there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so SpaceX,
What, SpaceX?
they launched a rocket
Uh huh.
on Wednesday, yesterday, 2 days ago, and they managed to get it to land right, upright, and 3 minutes later it blew up.
Did anybody get hurt?
No,
Okay, but why did it blow up?
Yeah.
one of the fuel thingies leaked, I think. And it
That
was
is the most unfortunate thing ever. Like, yes, we did it. We landed a rocket. We can now and it blew up. Why the fuck did it blow up, guys?
And they did the same. They did the same test back in December, without the FAA's approval. I don't know. SpaceX doing some shady stuff, while also doing
Speaking
cool
of blowing up rockets,
Wow,
China
we're-
did that a while back.
just blowing it up.
So what happened was like a while back they were working with like America, like space people, to build this rocket. They built the rocket. It took off. It started to go up. It really did, and then it didn't. It started to tilt, and it tilted, and it tilted down. It started to go downward, and it went downward right into a middle of a city. Now,
Oh,
the Chinese, and like I don't know if the Americans were in on it either, they played it off and they covered it up basically to where they're like, only a few people got injured or like lethally like killed or something. I don't know. It was very under like what they like downplayed it a lot.
I know it's the Chinese government, so they have that power, but how the fuck do you underplay that? Holy
Yeah.
shit, a rocket just hit the city. No, it didn't.
we got no
Well, this was like in the middle of nowhere. This was like in the mountains. So they could technically downplay it without much of
Okay.
the world really knowing. And they cleaned up a lot of the bodies before like the American like soldiers and stuff went through the town to like see all the damage. So there wasn't actually like dead bodies there when the like video and stuff was taken. But it was like 300 something people that died from this. And they still, like to this day, I think they still do these rocket tests, and there'll be like satellites and stuff of pieces of rockets that just fall in the middle of nowhere and just do like a little explosion. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? But yeah, it's really messed up.
Yeah. Speaking of messed up, captains of ships that don't do their stuff. I find it funny. We've been on a roll today. We've always just like every single topic we talk about, goes into another one. But yeah, this reminded me of that.
Man, are you going with that baby monkey pic?
Yeah.
Man, how ironic. Speaking of ironic.
No.
Well, Michael, we need to talk about this.
No, we don't. We really don't.
Yes,
We don't need to tell the whole internet.
Look, we made Michael.
You know what?
You could leave the call, while we discuss this.
No. I'll end the stream.
You can't.
You can't end this. Can you end the stream on your end? Even then, I still have a backup. Yeah, I have a backup recording. It always records, and I always have that, and I'll upload it.
Okay, you know what? We'll wait because we were rolling right into the captain subject.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, be mentally prepared.
No.
You won't be mentally prepared with that attitude. Okay.
Because I forgot again.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, Michael, you better not be joking.
I'm not.
Well, you've already leaked that what you feel about it, so we might as well talk about it now. Everyone already knows you don't know what ironic means.
You outed yourself, Michael.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the captain thing. Michael, did you watch either of the videos that we sent about talking about captains and boats and stuff?
Last night?
Not last night. It was a couple nights ago. The Costa Concordia and then the South Korean ferry.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. Well, they're both a little bit different on why that happened and the incompetence of the captains. Both thing is though, the captains both fled the ship before like most of the people, or any of the people, which I don't. I know it's like it's not it's like it's just like a natural thing. It's not even like a thing for the law. Like even like without it, the law, you're the one steering the ship. You should be the one that gets everyone off of it.
Yeah.
If there's the reason the ship's not working.
Nah.
I just don't understand.
You won't be saying now when you get 16 years in jail, Michael. and 30 people killed.
So in the South Korean ferry thing, the problem was that it wasn't just the captain. The captain was a big part, but it was like the whole system was like messed up. Like nobody knew what they were doing. The people that they were supposed to call, like the politicians and stuff, were worried about seeing what was going on before telling everybody what to do. At least if the captain just didn't know what to do, at least the people up top could have known what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the captain just leaves.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand that too. How can you sit there? Because there were civilians on the scene. Like there was civilian people to come investigate the place, and they were just fucking baffled by why you guys aren't doing anything. Like there's Coast Guards, a bunch of boats just surrounding the sinking ship, full of and keep in mind this is also full of school kids too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're just told to sit in there, and 300 end up dead because they just didn't evacuate them. And yeah, they got civilian divers, which also the civilian divers mentioned that the diving equipment was garbage.
Yeah.
Too.
And they knew the civilians knew what to do better than the people that's their job to do.
Yeah. They're just telling hey, shouldn't we evacuate now? It's nope, stay seated. It's the ship's tilting and it's not stopping.
And then with the Concordia thing, oh my gosh, how could you put together such a bad crew who just nobody.
Nobody did what they want. Okay, so Michael. Okay, the captain was a security officer, like head of security. He just jumped to captain. Now, for you to understand how the system works, you can't do that. You're basically gonna have to quit your job and go down to one of the lower ranks of captains, basically just being on the crew deck, like just that stuff, just being like a basic guy that just does like small things. But he was head of security to immediate captain. He also caused 2 accidents too, earlier in his captaining life. He hired a man that didn't speak any Italian or English, and never has ever like he was the helmsman, and he never ever drove a ship that big. It was his first time. And so the third mate, I think it was, or something like that. They were supposed to give coordinates to show exactly where they were. Well, they weren't doing that, and that's what had them caused to go too close to the land and crash.
The captain, the boy, he was just like, closer! Go closer! And everybody was just like, okay. And then the helmsman was just like, what's happening? What?
Yeah.
What?
Because what would happen is that, so, it's basically like, they're doing like a flyby salute. Pretty much, they drive real close up to the shore and honk the horn.
Yep.
And so the captain was doing it, and it's normal to do, but he was eyeballing it. And like I said, this close to shore, the person's supposed to be reading coordinates, they weren't. And again, a guy who didn't speak English, he would order like commands of like to where to steer the ship and stuff. Yeah, he messed it up so much that they were off the course that they thought they were going to be on. And then they notice his rocks, but they're going 16 knots in their huge-ass ship, so they can't stop it in time to turn. And then again, and then at the last second, when they finally have to pass one rock, it could be like the guy fucks up. The guy that's steering the ship fucks up and accidentally goes the wrong way. So it could have been an almost near miss, and then he turned it into an absolutely certain hit.
What really got me was that when it was too late, this ship was going down. The captain was like talking to the guys that could have really helped, really helped these guys, and the captain was like, "No, there's no issue here. We're doing good."
Yeah. He just said it was a blackout. Fine. Like, I don't think he was lying just to get people hurt. I think he just didn't know what situation he was, like, how bad a situation he was in. Because he was also contacting, like, the engineers and stuff at, like, the bottom. And because the water got into, like, the engine room and electricity room. So they had no electricity. They didn't have any access to their engines.
And see, that's a problem as well. There was no communication.
Yeah. And then he's trying to, like, he asked them, like, okay, so is there water down there? Yes. Okay, is it coming in fast? Yes. Okay, is it still coming in fast? Yeah, yes. Like, what do you think?
Man, I love like the engineer guy in that video. He sat like the internet historian made him sound like so irritated, just like
probably was.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I like the meme that spouted out on it. So, practically, he reported to the guy, like, after the ship was, like, on its side and, like, sinking and stuff, that he's abandoned in the bridge and stuff, and he's, like, left the boat. And, like, the fucking, like, head of the guy that, like, you know, like Damien said that could help, he fucking yelled at him to get the fuck back on the ship. What are you doing? And it became a fucking meme in Italy because of it.
Get back on the ship.
No, he yelled, get the fuck back on the ship. Not even just get back on the ship, he was fucking pissed. Like, yeah.
Man, it would have been like awesome if he like actually got back on the ship. I would have had like at least some shred of respect if he actually got back
I would
on
still
the
not
ship.
have respect because back to the cheating topic because this still relates.
Oh yeah.
So also another thing too of what happened to why there was a lot like of disorganization to communication is that he had a woman in there on the bridge with him, not his wife, mind you. And later on, she was pressured to come out that yes, they were having sexual relations, and a lot of other people said yes, the captain was distracted by her when steering the ship when this was happening. And funnily enough too, so he was having an affair with him that wasn't his wife, and then after all this, he was put under house arrest for a while, and he wrote a book with the help of another woman, which I think they also had an affair with. Not his wife, by the way. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh. But negligence. It really grinds my gears. Like, I feel like anybody could have done a better job than that captain on that ship.
Yeah. I will have to say one thing though. I do like what the helmsman did after all of this. So, practically after all this was happening in court, they were completely able to lower the sentence. Like, they were completely like giving an offer that if you testify against the captain and that guy, we'll lower your sentences, right? Including the helmsman, the guy that can't speak any Italian or English. Now, Michael, do you want to know what he did? He fled the country. And a year afterwards, they found him and like, hey, we want that testimony. So, he fled the country again. And he's still not been found since.
Goodbye.
I just find that hilarious.
Yeah.
God.
You guys want to hear some pretty big news from tonight?
Recent news.
Yeah. Gus Johnson's streaming Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh my
I
gosh.
swear to God, I was gonna say one thing. Was that the 100,000 subs thing, Gus Johnson?
Oh, wait, what?
Was that thing about imagine having 100,000 subs on Twitch? Was that Gus
Oh
Johnson?
no, that was one of the guys on the Dream SMP.
Okay. I swear to God, it's like you better not be talking about Gus Johnson. I also have some pretty recent news. There's another thing I saw, but it literally like the video detailing like everything about it came out like 5 minutes, like right when I started opening up OBS. I'm like, God fucking damn it! And it's like a 30-minute long video, so we'll probably save that for next time, maybe if it's interesting enough. It's been a while since I've seen a 30-minute drama YouTube video, so yeah. Anyways, so another thing that's pretty recent is the fucking bunny character from Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
In the new
Wait,
one.
I didn't see that. What happened?
They made her tits and her whole body less sexualized.
I'm done. Goodbye, boys.
I mean, you're gonna have to say one thing. The original Space Jam.
I'm back.
Okay. Well, I do have one thing to say. You cannot deny that the original Space Jam 100% definitely did cause some people to be furries.
Yep.
Same with the Lion King. That also did. People have actually come out and said like, yeah, like, it was really the Lion King when I started, like it was like, dude, they're pretty hot.
It's because of that look that she gives freaking Simba.
Yeah, that's one of the big scenes, and also in Space Jam, the entirety of her. They literally make a Bugs Bunny gets hard joke. He literally like after like she shows up, he fucking literally his whole body just gets straightened out, and he falls to the floor. It's like wow, okay. I wonder what he wants to fucking do.
Man, Space Jam's a good movie though.
I feel like it's a stupid but good movie.
Man, that's sad. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, you're gonna go through the 5 stages of death. No, they can't do that. Look, man, how dare they fucking do that? Please just give me the old bunny back. Please.
Wait,
Why-
why'd they do this anyways?
It's... What, wait, what?
Why'd they do this anyways?
Like,
Why'd they, like... Yeah.
Like, no, make a new Space Jam, or... Make
Wait,
her
they're
less...
making a new one?
Yeah. And that's why she's...
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I looked it up, I didn't know either, and I was just like, wait, hold on. Like, because I kept seeing it, I'm like, are they making a new one or something? And I looked it up, and like, yeah, it's supposed to come out this year.
Oh my gosh. They're remaking it, and they can't even keep to the original.
I don't think it's a remake. I think it's entirely new or something.
Oh. Like a second one?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Which also brings up the question: why did her tits shrink?
Yeah.
She
Unless
got a
it's
reduction, obviously.
what?
She got a reduction, obviously.
Okay, but like her whole body also, like everything about her body.
I need
travel.
there better be an explanation in the movie or I won't accept it. You need a whole 5-minute segment dedicated to why.
Well, honestly, there's one thing that's stupid that happened. Also, like I don't even understand this one. Okay, like the bunny, yeah, okay, a little fair. She was really sexualized in the old Space Jam, but in the Powerpuff Girls, their fucking teacher,
Uh-huh.
she had little things for breasts, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they removed them in the reboot.
What?
Yeah. Also, another thing too. Also, you know, like the mayor's assistant and stuff.
Yeah.
They removed her because she felt like she wasn't like a good image for like women and like women's rights and that stuff, which confuses me because she's someone who literally helps out the incompetent mayor that can't do shit and is like way better than at his job. Like what? She's literally like just does the mayor's fucking job. She's completely qualified to be the mayor of the town. And she does, because this fucking tiny man can't even open a pickle jar. So what? How does she not represent strong women when she literally does a better job than the fucking small retarded man?
See, this is why I say it's better just to leave the past in the past when it comes to these cartoons.
Oh yeah, and I also find it funny that they make the Powerpuff Girls twerk in this too.
Oh my gosh.
The reboot makes no fucking sense. The original Powerpuff Girls was fucking amazing, and then they just like... Also, they don't fight anymore, which is really weird, because isn't that the whole point?
What do they do? What do they do?
They fuck around. They now go from crime-fighting, superpowered fucking little girls to little girls that fuck around.
They're TikTok stars.
Practically, they don't do anything. It's literally just like the most boring part about Powerpuff Girls is that they go to school and do random shit. Like no one cares.
Man, this is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
Well, you guys want to hear some more good news?
Sure.
I don't think we've heard good news this whole podcast.
Well, look. I'm watching a Donkey stream right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's playing Rocket League, right?
Yeah, he likes that.
The other team could not even score 10 points on him.
Well, yeah, he's fucking great. He's part of the Icon clan. That's like he's my icon when it comes to Rocket League, man. He's part of Icon.
Man.
He is like the person I want to be. I think Donkey is the only person who can score 5 points on us.
Yeah.
Have you actually watched his Rocket League videos? He does some pretty good stuff.
No, I haven't watched a single one of them.
You should. He's even good at fucking the dunking one, the basketball. Michael, is that you?
Yeah, that. You've been doing that for a while. You sound like a teapot.
Yeah, you do.
It's my survival whistle. I'm surviving.
Well, do I have a story for you guys?
Wow, story.
It's about the origin story of the mice that live in my house now.
Oh, I have a story.
Living
about-
mice? I like that song from Minecraft.
No.
Oh.
I have a story about the mice as well, but after yours.
You see, it all started, late December, early January. And in true fashion, I have to start it as I do. So I was sitting there pissing.
I knew it.
I think that's the first time we've heard this joke on our channel.
And I heard something. Like, it was either in the pipes, in the walls, or under the bathroom sink. And I heard, like, something moving. And I was like, there's something in there.
Okay.
There's something in there.
Okay.
And
Why is your two stories that actually start, I was sitting there pissing, having involvements with animals sitting in walls, just chilling in there? Like, both of your stories was you sitting there in the bathroom, and then you
They're
hear...
both rodents.
Yeah, both of them have rodents just in your walls.
to provide context, I told a similar story before, and it happened. This was with a hamster that my sister used to own, and I found it in the wall. Like, I heard it in the walls while I was sitting there. Yeah. And I was like, that is, I'm hearing something. So what I was late to school because of this. I took out the drawers from the under my bathroom sink, lifted up the floorboard that everything sits on, and then next thing I know, Teddy, my sister's hamster, just comes out of a hole that's in this wall and is like, "Hey, I was in here," and I was like, "What the?" And yeah, that's the context for that. But anyways, back to the mouse. And so I heard this, and I was like, "Man, it must be nothing. Like, I must have just been hearing things. It was, it was mid December or something. I was like, it might be the pipes, just or something. I don't know." And so I left it be. But then this continued for several months up until now. But then yesterday, I was looking in my cans. I was looking through the cans to get some tuna or something, like you do. And out of the corner of my eye, I see something, and it was fast. It was a fast thing. It was like a black fast thing, and I was like, it can't be. No, this can't be true.
Can't be
And it was a
happening.
mouse. And so and so the discovery of the ancient noise was made. We have mice in our house. And so today I was cleaning out the pantry, and they chewed through half a paper towel roll as well as a granola cereal.
No! Why the fuck are they eating paper towels?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's for their nest, wherever they're nesting.
It'd be funny if they're just eating, yeah.
Sadly, I cannot save the mouse. It is not my home. It is my mom's, and she makes the rules. And so I had to spread rat poison around the house.
Oh man, I could have just brought the BB gun over.
No, Michael.
I mean, there's also the little evil way of having my cat chill in your house. Dude, he fucking loves mice. He loves playing with them. It got to the point when we were at the tail end of our our mouse problem, that he would literally as he's playing with the mouse, he would see me and he would crouch down, pick it up in his mouth, and just fucking bolt. He fought me for the mouse because he wanted to play with it, and he knows I take it away because I don't want him just fucking playing with the mouse that was still alive. Because he would fling them, he would shake them and then throw them behind them, and they would fall behind them, and then they would get back up, and he would quickly run and fucking grab them again, and then he'd push them around. They were all alive. There was 2 dead rats out of all of them that I found that he was playing with, and he never ate them. Yeah, he just played with them. He never wanted to eat them or anything. He was just playing with them.
Man, I don't know like why some cats just like to toy with their prey.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But I'd like to imagine that like when your cat sees you, see it, you just like stare at each other and it's like, I see you. I see you, see me, see you, see me. See you.
It's practically what it was. And then yeah, the one time that he just ran into my parents' room, and this was at like 1 a.m. I'm like, well, they're gonna have a fucking dead rat inside their house, inside their room when they wake up, because I'm not
Well
going in there.
played.
Yeah, but then he came back out, and I picked it up, and I got it away from him.
Yeah. But yeah. I wanted to tell that story.
So I was sitting there
Go
pissing.
big mode.
What?
Go big mode.
Any more topics?
Oh yeah, we still need to talk about this ironic thing.
Oh, saving the best for last.
So we gave you all the time, Michael. You've already admitted to yourself. The whole internet already knows. We need to talk about it.
What happened?
You're getting exposed.
You guys are cutting out.
Okay, well we'll just talk about it. So
Yeah.
Oh crap.
so last night, me and Michael were talking, and we were talking about Darman. You know, the best guy ever. Because
Oh, yeah.
we're talking about Critical, and then he was like, "Yeah, I watched that on like Facebook and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, were you watching it ironically or unironically?" And there's just a long pause, and then he said, "You know, you're throwing some really big words at me." I'm like,
What?
"What?" And we got to this whole thing of like that he didn't know what it was, and I tried helping him out. I was like, "Okay." So, for example, let's say you go and watch nursery rhymes for kids, like a Coco Melon video,
Uh-huh.
and you're sitting there and you're watching it because you find it funny. You just find it funny and stupid. That's watching it ironically because it's not serving its purpose as putting you to sleep because it's a nursery rhyme video.
Yeah.
But if you watch it, be put to sleep, and like have something to have on when you go to sleep, you're watching it because that's what it's trying to do. You're watching it unironically,
Yeah.
and he still didn't get it.
Michael.
And then I gave
understand.
him another one, and then he looked at the definition, and they did it a couple times, and then he finally understood it. But I guess he forgot it, and then remembered again.
I don't understand how you made it this far in life without without not knowing what that meant.
You would not believe the lengths I would go to avoid using that word or having to define that word.
And then then here comes me asking you, yo, do you watch Darman videos ironically or unironically? Damn, he got me good.
You got me in between a rock and a hard place here. Oh no.
The one
I just
word.
like- It's not like a common word, but it's like it's used pretty often. Like
I could understand if someone like rarely went on the internet or something. I mean,
yeah.
how much do you go on the internet, Michael? Because even then, I still feel like you should know it if you go on it even like a little. If you go
About
on
8
it.
hours a day. Sometimes more.
It just gets worse.
And I've known of this word since I was 8.
I feel like it's like just a word you just like learn.
It's like the one word that I've learned throughout my life that I just have not been able to comprehend for no apparent reason.
Like I can understand words that like people say it and then you still don't get it because it's just like, what do you mean like that? Because I feel like tsundere because I didn't know what that meant, and I know a lot of people don't know what that means until it's explained what it is. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it meant. You guys just kept saying it. I'm like, yeah, they are. What the fuck is that? You're just talking about an anime girl.
I feel like a lot of words though you can like learn through context.
Yeah, and I feel like ironically, you could learn through context.
Yeah. I guess Michael just didn't get the cue.
Some of my English assignments suffered because I did not know that word.
Oh God. You could have asked. You could have asked anybody.
Didn't want it. It was too embarrassing.
Dude, like the teachers say, there's no. You could have asked the teacher.
Everybody knew this big word.
It's not a big word.
It's a word I could spell, so it's not a big word. I have terrible spelling, but I can still spell ironic.
Yeah.
It's harder than hippopotamus.
Yeah, it's harder. It is harder than hippopotamus.
No, to understand.
What? It's just a giant fucking fat thing that lives in water and sometimes land.
Anyways, Anyways.
Like, you can't say anyways unless you're like, you have something to talk
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
To get off topic here, or?
Kind of a segue. Anyway is like a segue word.
Yeah.
It's 2021.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Yeah, it has been for like 2 months.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I do have something to say about that.
Go ahead.
See this is what you do, Michael, and you're like, but like, a lot of people seem like surprised. That's like, man, it's felt like it's like been 2 years since we had this COVID thing, but it's only been 1 year. Because we are closing up on our 1 year of everything being shut down.
I will say it's felt longer than it actually has been.
I would say so too, but only by a couple months for me, honestly. Like the first 3 months were a fucking drag, but then like afterwards, it kind of just the world picked up again. At least for me. I know other people not as much because I don't get out as much as other people. There's only like one thing that I actually cared about that got canceled, and now I'm sad. But luckily, it will still survive.
Dude.
Fuck yeah, Wii Sports Club still living. We got a new one, freshman, to run it.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
My life is so boring that everything has been a blur since I dropped out. Everything just blurs together.
Even
this. Literally every day feels exactly the same, and it has since I dropped out.
Yeah, I honestly, I want to do something.
Yeah, it does feel like the same routine every day.
Yeah.
Because it has been for months.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
I wake up, go on my computer, fuck around, do some stuff.
Yeah.
Then go to sleep.
Man, I was in quarantine before COVID. Not the good kind though.
I mean, I had a job and I liked that job.
Yeah.
Now I don't have that job until like stage 4.
Dude.
So you're gonna be able to get that job back after?
If I don't have a new job by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that seemed like a pretty cool job, and it was literally like right next to you. It's like, how are you gonna be late? You could literally wake up like a minute before you have to be there and still be there on time.
It was great too because like I'd walk in and everybody else has to pay to get in, but I'd just say, "Hey, what's up?" Walk in through the door.
Yeah. I do like living near the place I have to go to. Like, school was pretty nice. I could literally, like, have 5 minutes until school starts, and I could still arrive, like, on time.
Yeah.
So it's real nice. It also sucks, though, because I always just, like, sleep in until, like, the last second. It's like, man, school starts in, like, 10 minutes. I guess I'll get out of bed now.
The only thing I liked about actually going to public school before I switched to homeschooling was that it made me do, like, a mile walk, usually, if Michael wasn't driving me.
Yeah.
Which, well, towards the end of the year, to be fair, he didn't really drive any of us.
Yeah.
Well, but of junior year or senior year?
Senior.
Oh well, I mean, like I wasn't really around enough to.
Yeah. I'm not like blaming you or anything. I'm just saying it gave me a reason to do like a mile walk every day.
Yeah.
Now I just kind of sit at home.
Honestly, my biggest regret was dropping out because I miss having those car rides and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is, though.
But hey, I'm starting a new program where I only have to do 2 classes per month,
That's pretty pog.
and I can work at my own pace.
That's
So,
pretty pog. Wait, as long as it gets done by the end of the 2 months?
yeah,
Oh, that's pretty pog.
I'd
yeah.
honestly
So
like to do that instead of what I'm doing.
honestly, like I could get it all done within like a week, and then just mess around for the rest of the month.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
what I can do. Too. I'd rather do that, but I'm still in public school.
Well,
Man, now with I switched to homeschooling right before like COVID actually hit the schooling. And I'm kind of glad I did because, either way I was graduating, but now that I am graduating and stuff, I think back and I'm like, dodged a bullet there.
but now that I'm thinking about it, if I would have stayed just for a couple more months, I would have graduated no matter what.
Yeah.
Really sad about that.
Because like even like because of the COVID thing, Tacoma Public Schools were like, well, let's just give all the students one free credit, and because of that free credit, I graduated.
Nice.
I mean, either way, I was gonna graduate, but I graduated sooner than expected.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for assignments, and they just never came, and so I talked to like my advisor guy, and he was like, "Oh, nobody told you, huh? Yeah, you got one free credit, so you're basically done." I was like, "Huh." Nobody did tell me that, but I guess now I know. Hey, Mom, I graduated. But yeah. But in Washington at least, it's starting to let up a little. We're on stage 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're allowed to do some stuff at least.
Oh man, I saw this thing. It was like from Texas, and they're like
Oh, yeah.
basically opening up completely.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
they're allowing. They're practically everything is open, and stores no longer have to require to wear masks now. In Texas.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh
Going
no.
backwards.
Yep. Still, people stupid that think, oh no, it's fine. It's like, no, you're not. I don't know. I think cities can still decide whether or not to do what they want, though.
Yeah.
I still think cities can still enforce that if they want.
Still, I honestly don't know what that guy's like thinking. I feel like everybody told him it was a bad idea, but he was like, "Nah, it'll be fine."
Yeah.
Well, when they close again, we'll know why.
Well, it is just Texas. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't. It's probably only going to affect the places nearby.
Yeah.
In Texas.
I honestly think that like I feel like the country needs to like go to complete lockdown for at least like 2 weeks.
I feel like that would help a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, again, with a lot of things, you can look at other countries and just see how well they handled something better than America. Like Japan, who's opening up a fucking theme park
Yeah.
this year, like in like a couple weeks now, I think.
Like the whole world is looking at us like we're idiots because we are.
Well, yeah. It's only fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Japan got a new fucking cool ass theme park,
Yeah.
and our theme parks aren't even open. I mean, also
Japan has been like slowly opening up
yeah.
because they're listening and doing things.
And also, I think they're like getting really close to like being here, like fine here too, because in the latest direct, Sakurai is talking about how like, well, hopefully things will be like clear here before the DLC comes out, and it's like he only has 2 characters left. And like if there's like even like I don't know if like he's just hoping or if there's actually been some talk of like opening things like a lot up in Japan or something.
I know Japan's been on like second or third stage for a while now.
Yeah. Maybe because they're actually fucking listening.
Yeah.
Instead of crying about it and being babies. Like, this sucks. Yeah, no shit. It's not like we're enjoying it. Nobody is. I hate that, like, oh, I'm about to go somewhere. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to bring a mask. Gotta go find one now.
Man. But yeah. I wouldn't say America has handled it very well so far.
I'm moving out.
That's what I want to do. I'm probably gonna do that.
Do what?
America's cool and all, but I just want to move to a different country.
Yeah, same. Lived here my whole life.
Hate it. Been there, done that.
Vancouver and Canada seems like a good spot because it's not that far away, so I still get that same feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Canada seems pretty cool. Cause like
Yeah.
honestly, like stereotypes aren't true, but when yours is being nice, you're probably doing something right.
Yeah.
Like
When a riot is considered kicking over a trash can, you're doing something right.
Yeah, like when your stereotypes are being nice, donuts, and having great strip clubs, like ours is being fat, lazy, and dumb.
Yep.
And there's like other places too, of just fucking like shitty things. But Canada, I've barely heard anything. Like the only bad thing is it's really cold, but I don't really care for like I like the cold, so.
No, I'd like to visit Canada someday. It's like it's a lot of wild. Like
Man.
there's cities, but then there's just more wilderness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that 2-hour drive to visit Canada for a day.
I mean, hey, you have a place to fucking visit if I ever live up there. Which I want to.
The sad thing is, like, you know, hopefully by the time, any of us are ready to move, we could move to a different country.
Yeah, that's the only sucky thing right now.
Yeah.
For me, it's either Iceland or Canada.
Both places are pretty pog.
Probably Canada because they have better internet. That's what I've heard.
Well, I'd hope so.
I bet they do.
I'd hope so because there's like a lot of big YouTubers live in Canada.
Yeah.
Honestly, the 3 other places besides America that I'd actually like to live would be Canada, of course, Japan, or Germany.
Germany's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I don't know why I've always just liked Germany out of like any other country. I would say Australia too, but that doesn't seem like a fun place to live. I'd rather just visit. On fire,
Yeah,
only like 5% of it's inhabitable. Things want to kill you. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just visit.
Surprisingly enough, with all the things that want to kill you and stuff, Australia is one of the safest countries in the world.
Yeah, I think that's talking about like other people interaction, not the fire, the heat, the death animals, the like 80% of it that you literally cannot live in. Like there's literally houses like in the center of Australia that they're like basically like little mini caves because you have to like be able to like sit in a cave or else you will die.
Fun.
Yeah.
There's funnily enough, they can make that whole land like livable very easily. They just have to dig a canal through Australia, which they have the money for and equipment.
Yeah.
And basically have the water from like the top, like the ocean, and make a river down. But you wanna know why they don't?
Money.
No.
Oh.
The lizards. Honestly, that would get them more money because then they'll be able to build more cities and more tourism. More
Oh
people.
yeah. But the lizards.
The lizards.
Speaking of lizards, I'm going to pet an emu tomorrow.
What does that have to do with lizards?
I mean, you could have just said Australia. They had a war with them. Oh, so you're petting a fucking emu. Be careful. They won a war.
I'm not gonna pet it. I'm gonna feed it, but
Be careful. Your hand may be in danger or whole arm. Like I said, they won a war before.
I'm sure he'll remember me.
Hey, they're shifty creatures. Like I said, they won a war before. Do you know about this? The Great Emu War? Do you know the whole deets about it?
From what I gathered, it's basically they were messing up their farms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, well, we need to get rid of these guys, but they were outnumbered.
No. So, you're correct about the farm thing. So, the only 3 guys were sent onto this mission, right?
Oh,
And they had a machine gun and they would fire at them. But the thing about an emu is they can take 17 fucking bullets
What the frick?
before they drop dead. They can take like 10 bullets and they can still run away to safety.
What the frick?
Yeah.
They are sturdy.
Like the captain, like the commander of the mission literally compared them to fucking walking tanks because of how fucking sturdy they were. So yeah, speed was an issue. So then they tried chasing them down with a machine gun on a truck, and then that didn't work. And then they fucked off. They barely killed any emus, right? They killed like about like 100 emus or something. And then they fucked off. But then the farmers complained again, so they sent them out, and they were more successful this time. They killed like 10,000 emus, right?
Oh, jeez.
But they spent a fuck ton of money on this. So much money that like even the helpful things, like it wouldn't repair what happened. So technically, yes, they did their job, but most people consider it a failure because of how much fucking money they spent to kill 10,000 fucking flightless birds. And anyways, so then emus continued. They're still a thing, by the way, and they continued to terrorize farms until they built chain link fence. Then they couldn't anymore.
Their worst enemy, a chain link fence.
Yep. After they built chain link fence, emus could no longer break into farms and eat their
I feel like they
crops.
could have, used that money to do that instead.
Yeah, this was a long time ago, but still. But before chain link fence were a thing. But then after this inventive technology that has been proven that these were just built to fuck emus. Over. That'd be funny. Just like a top secret laboratory. Like, okay, we need to stop them. Weapons won't work. What do we need? What if we make a fence? Yeah, we already tried, but they're linked together and they built. And you're a genius.
Get this man a medal.
fun fact: the emu I'm visiting tomorrow is behind a chain link fence.
See, I told you. It's their kryptonite. It weakens them.
Ah! Chain link fence.
If you bring that chain link fence down, who knows what it'll do to the United States.
I met in Australia through Discord, and they made fun of me for the way I said emu.
How do they say it?
It was the way they said it was like emu.
Oh yeah, they say emu.
Emu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you sound funny but cool. Why are you so cool?
Man, speaking of, going back to the crappy geography, Japan's geography absolutely sucks.
Oh yeah, don't they not have like 0 natural resources?
Pretty much. And like most of the land is not livable. It's just mountains. And it doesn't help that it's like they just like are split into a bunch of islands. And so the like livable parts are just like kind of just a bunch of cities that are like with apartments that are just crammed next to each other, just like tight spaces with a lot of people.
But
because they can't live anywhere else because of their crappy geography.
but they have a cat island.
It doesn't help that they
This
got
is
nuked
true.
twice.
What?
You see, the reason they actually were taking over is like for natural resources. They
Yeah.
didn't have much of their own, and I mean it doesn't excuse their actions at all. They were horrible people back then.
Yeah.
The political people, not the citizens.
Well, yeah, of
But
course. That's the one thing I hate is that people like always like associate like the area like everyone's believing that. It's like I don't think most people realized that Germans weren't too happy about the whole Holocaust thing either. It's just that if they said anything, they would be sent to the concentration camps as well. Because there were
Yeah.
German people in concentration camps too. And again, there were people who were completely willing to help the Jews as well and hide them.
yeah. Speaking of that, I was browsing r/morbid reality, and I saw a picture. What?
I said, "Here we go again."
And I saw a picture of like a Jewish lady. She was running from a bunch of kids that were chasing her to beat her down.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it was really depressing because like back then, like those kids were totally just like listening to anything, and they thought this was right. They thought this was okay. They didn't know any better because the grown-ups, the people that were supposed to know better, were teaching these kids that this was okay when it's not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just so sad.
We had in middle school, my 8th grade year, so Michael, you weren't there. We had a Holocaust survivor come to our school and talk about his experience.
Oof.
And one of them is that like a high-ranking German officer, when he was just playing around in the streets with some other kids, picked him up and put a gun to his head and told him he has 10 seconds to leave, or else he'll get fucking shot. So yeah, he ran back home, and he said that his mom like fucking like hold him tighter than she ever fucking did because someone told her that she got his kid, and yeah, that's just fucked.
I have a question. Um,
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know how to phrase this question because
Well,
there's many stories like it.
just like throw it out there.
Do you remember how he hid from the bombings?
He didn't talk about like how he hid from the bombings. He told us that he had that he basically picked up a piece of a bomb and he didn't know it was about to explode, and his mother fucking like saw it and grabbed it and fucking chucked it, and then it exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, the same guy came and spoke with our class too.
Nice. That's pretty cool. He was cool. He also,
I like when I hear like stories like that. It's just I feel so bad for the people back then.
also
Obviously, today like Germany's like remorseful and stuff about it, and they don't really actually talk about it, but still.
well, yeah, like I said, people even in Germany, like what,
Yeah.
like one thing that I do find like because like literally this man, he killed every other political like power who could oppose him in one night. Like he just had them all killed.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the people's decision to put this person in power. Also,
Yeah.
also the stuff that happened there too? It was just negligence from the other countries, and also
Yeah.
the hatred of the other countries. Because do you guys know why World War I started? Kind of, or no? Why World War II started? Besides, of course, the invasion of Poland and that stuff. But like,
If I remember correctly, it's because you know, Hitler, I think, was angry at the situation Germany was in because of World War One, which was like a depression was in Germany, and so he wanted to change it. That's like the gist of what I remember.
there's also other reasons why, because Hitler believed that there was like the races had like higher importance than others, and
Yeah.
that Germans were at the top of the list of important races, and of course Jews were at the bottom, so that's why he targeted them.
Yeah.
Which also another reason why they could have targeted him too was because his mother was sick in the hospital, and like the most saddest point he ever was in his life was when his mother died, and it was because there was a Jewish doctor there too. I don't know the full, like I don't think anyone
Yeah.
knows besides him of why he hated the Jews so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, practically, yeah, you're right. In World War One, our president, they were like all like joining up to like talk about like the situation. Our president wanted to have fair, like reasonings of why, like compromises of that they started this war, so that they wouldn't start another war because they're angry at how they got fucked over during this conference. Well, the other two big superpowers, of course, being France and the UK, were like, nah, we're just gonna beat them to submission and tell them that they fucking suck, so they'll never start another war. So they
Yeah.
basically allowed it that they're not allowed to have an air force. They only may have an army of 100,000 people, and they have to pay for all damages done caused by the war, and a whole bunch of old other shit. But so yeah, basically, a lot of Germans were angry about this, and two, this came down to negligence of the other countries that put these rules
Yeah.
because when Hitler became into rule, he started building an army, he started getting an air force, he started doing all these things, and then people were like, "Oh, you better stop," and he's like, "Okay, I'm not." Oh, okay, well, you better not do any more. Okay, well, okay, but don't do any more. Okay, I'm still gonna do that. No, and then finally, when he decided to start invading places, is when they finally, okay, we'll start a war with you, I guess.
Like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Like, whoa, we told you not to do that. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, this
We
is a
slapped you
huge
on the wrist
surprise.
this many times. Why?
Also, I love how much Italy didn't do jack shit during World War II. Like Japan, like was technically like they did do one fuck up, and that was get the U.S. involved in the war, which ultimately
Yeah.
fucked over Germany. But still, they conquered the entire Pacific Ocean. And honestly, I think it was inevitable that the U.S. was going to get involved because I think the U.S. was getting mad at Japan for conquering the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, they were getting way too close.
Yeah,
And then
they're
US
getting
was like
close, and then
US was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah, and they're basically threatening to send their navy after them. So they're like, what if we just damage their navy in a surprise attack, and then continue conquering islands? But then one thing that they did during Pearl Harbor was not damage their repair or their refueling stations. So yeah, you damage their ships, but now they're back and ready to fucking conquer your islands that you caught. And then everyone's like, yo, we got a new bomb. And they're like, whoa, what if we test it out on citizens? Why'd they do that? Why'd they bomb cities?
I don't know.
That's like the most fucking stupidest shit ever.
Yeah. To like I don't they could have chose a better location. I could have like I feel like,
And
but
why
you
two?
know,
Why two?
one the like okay, one they felt that they had to do this. Like they like if they didn't do this, Japan was not going to surrender because we asked a lot of times if you would surrender, and Japan was like no. So we bombed them once. Japan was still like no. So we bombed them twice, and Japan was like okay.
Yeah, well that is what's like a thing because like wasn't their philosophy like of their soldiers was die until you're or like keep fighting until your last breath?
Yeah.
You could just fucking chop this guy's arms and legs off and he'll still crawl over to bite you in the ankles.
The like I'll say it right now. The Japanese back then they were freaking crazy.
Yeah,
Like they were crazy.
yeah.
And like still I mean I still believe I'm not going to get into it, and I think that the citizens did not deserve that at all. But I don't know what would have happened if they didn't nuke Japan. Like who knows, millions of other people, more people could have died if that war would have continued. We don't know.
I don't like soldiers most likely, yes, but like I don't think civilians would have been hurt as much because that wasn't the US's goal. The US didn't
Yeah, yeah,
decide to
yeah.
hurt like they didn't want to hurt citizens because then that would reflect poorly on there and they care about their reputation.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, that, before these two nukes, we also used smaller bombs to just rip through Tokyo, just drop these bombs on Tokyo.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure civilians were hurt in that as well, but I don't know.
Keep fucking civilians out of wars.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I know it's inevitable sometimes, but still, like just fuck that. Like try your hardest not to fucking do anything like at all. Why?
Yeah.
It's
I
fucking
feel like
hard
they
for me.
could have gone about it a better way.
Yeah, it was mostly just because like one of like the high-ranking like military peoples just It's fucking nuke crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, like I think Einstein said something after he like created like the formula or whatever for the nuke, and he was like, he said something about it just being like bad, like real
Yeah.
bad. And I know the person that like one of the people that like watched the first nuke land. He said something like, "I've become like death, the
Oh yeah,
creator
Oppenheimer.
of like
He was
yeah
part of the Manhattan Project.
yeah
Yeah. And then of course like one of the high-ranking military people, like when the whole like Cold War was starting, he was just like saying just fucking nuke them. It's like no,
no."
shut the fuck up.
To this day, I still think that like I wish that like nukes just never were created, just like never existed,
Yeah.
because they're just sitting there like looming as a threat to everybody's existence.
Yeah.
And that's all they're there for basically, like waiting for the day that either A, somebody will like fire a nuke and then we'll just fire back and it'll just be a nuclear war that's
I
just
think
ending
I think
millions of lives.
now that like it's fine now, like having nukes, and like because I think Russia, like because I think they still have their stockpile of nukes as well. I think
Yeah,
that
that's the thing.
I
Like,
think that threat is like now, like if there's two people having nukes, then that means the threat of another nuke happening will never happen again, because it's like, okay, if you fire a nuke at us, we're going to retaliate
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as well, and that's just not a risk.
And that's like
Hopefully, most
another
people are
reason
not
why I
taking.
think they're like still here is because as long as one country has them and another, it's just like a deadlock.
Well, one, I don't think you can disable a nuke.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, I know.
also, a fun fact, there's like over like 500 nukes that have been just lost,
Ah, neat.
that they don't know where they
Yeah,
are, just like
yeah,
Yeah,
in the U.S.
yeah.
yeah.
I remember one time we used to. Well, I mean, you guys know this, but I used to. I don't. We don't need to talk about where I used to live. But anyways, my grandpa was like, we were looking out the window out at the port, right?
hmm
Hmm.
And he's like, any one of those containers could be holding a nuke and destroy us all at any minute.
Neat, Grandpa.
I was like 10 at the time. I was like, Grandpa, what? I don't want to die.
Yeah,
That's the scary thing about like nukes and like modern like snipers, is that you won't even know it'll happen. You'll just be dead.
yeah. At least they'll be quick.
Yeah. Same with snipers. You'll drop dead before you even hear it, on how
Yeah,
far they fucking go.
yeah.
You can just see someone just like fucking drop to the floor, and he drops his tomato juice, and then you hear loud ass fucking boom. Like, oh no, that guy got shot. Fuck.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, you'll always see something before you hear it because, light travels faster than sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like, like it's practically like instant with like bullets if you're nearby. Like if you see someone with a gun and he fires, you're gonna hear that.
Yeah.
But like sniper rifles, they're so far away that the bullet will travel faster than the sound, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. Ugh. I was gonna say something and then I forgot. So
Well,
yeah,
ain't that interesting?
really is. I hate my short-term memory.
Well,
Well,
guess we'll just never know.
this was a morbid podcast.
It was indeed. It was just right from the beginning, all the way till the end. We will probably pick less morbid topics later. So with that,
Next time we'll talk about Ted Bundy.
Goodbye.
adios.